All right, hopefully we're mic'd up here. We hear strategy talk up on the stage. This should be good. So, Serenity has fielded a rather unusual comp of 2 Hyperions, a Caracal, a Rifter, and a Stiletto. I'm not sure about this.
Camels brought their Sarty Phobos Heretic Execura comp. So, 2 potentially close-range brawling comps here. We're going to see what's going on.
Well, I feel like the Hyperion is just a strange choice, and immediately they're going for Bitter in the Hyperion. He's already taking shield damage. Hopefully he's armor tanked. If there's bulkheads on this, I'm going to start cheering for them again.
Yeah, the Hyperion's worked in a 0 and are immediately approaching the Camel team. Camel worked in a max range. It does look like it is railguns on those starters, though. Well, the Hyperion's taking huge chunks of damage, though. Yeah,
and Camel is doing a really great job. They're really nicely clustered. They're drifting in a singular direction pretty comfortably away from these Hyperions. And that Hyperion is only going, well, he's going about 1,000 MS, but he's never going to catch this Camel team.
That Hyperion is not tanking reps. No, that's 1 rep cycle there, but he is not tanking very well. He just activated them now. Let's see if he can tank the overall damage of the Tranquility team.
So for a Hyperion in a setting like this, he could be dual rep, he could be an ancillary rep fit. There's a lot of options, but either way, neither of them should put you that low into armor this early in the match.
I think he is dual rep, but he just isn't tanking.
Yeah.
Maybe he's heating his tank now, maybe he is tanking a little bit more, maybe he's bait tanking.
So Team TQ has realized the danger that these tackle fights pose.
Taking damage there.
All right.
I think the Heretics are applying a lot of damage to that Stiletto and are taking him out. Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah.
Stiletto down.
Well, and Team TQ has to get rid of those frigates, because if those frigates tackle their Heretics and put them slow enough for damage to apply, that's really dangerous. So if this Rifter gets anywhere near these Heretics, he's going to suffer the same
that
fate.
Rifter going in and immediately getting headshotted by those Heretics.
All right, so not only was I right for the first time in this tournament about something that was about to happen, but we're also looking pretty comfortable on Team TQ. So this Hyperion has pulled back, the damage has come off of him, but it wasn't looking great beforehand. They'd really like to kill this Caracal. The Caracal's already taking shield damage, it's a matter of time. And then if Serenity managed to tackle anything with 2 Hyperions, I'll be really impressed. I think it's looking very, very grim for them, but I won't commit to any definites at this point.
Yeah, essentially it's looking as if Team TQ might have this, barring a boundary violation or basically a Heretic or an Astarte flying straight into Hyperion.
It is very important to mention that they can fit an MJD on that Astarte.
Yeah.
So if they go that route, it's possible. But other than that, this Hyperion is really stretching his tank. It looked like he was overheating earlier. I mean, when you're that low is the time to overheat, so he's got a finite amount of time. It might be the case that he can tank them, but even if he does, at this point, Team TQ is so far ahead that they just have to pilot competently, watch out for that Caracal to come in. If they do that effectively, it doesn't look like it's going to matter. This Hyperion is really sweating. Whoever...
Yeah, that Hyperion's getting really low now. He may be having an AR that's out of pace now, and he just can't tank all the damage from Team Tranquility. He is taking slow slivers of structure damage now. He's tanking in very, very low armor. Still not much damage being applied to the Team TQ team, though. Team Serenity doesn't look as if they're in quite a bit of trouble.
And again, against a team like Camel Empire, or TQ as they are today, they love control setups. I mean, there's E-War on every spare mid slot in their entire comp, really. And that's been true since the very first match. To take something slow with low range like a Hyperion is a really odd choice to me, and I think they're paying for it here. These Hypes just can't get in to do any damage.
Yeah, that Hype's still struggling in low armor. He is taking huge slivers of structure damage. It doesn't look like he's going to last much longer, I'm afraid. Still no damage applied to the Camel Empire team. They're kiting effectively, applying damage with railguns and light missiles.
Yeah. But I'm not hearing any shouting coming from the Serenity team right now, so maybe they have some backup plan. And this Hyperion is still holding, so I'm not sure what's happening. Maybe they're trying to all-in this Caracal. I think it's unnecessary, but at this point, it seems like it's just a slow grind into that first Hyperion dying. And when that happens, things get even more comfortable than they are now.
One of those Hyperions is getting rather close to the Phobos of Camel Empire.
There was actually a cycle of nude applied to that Phobos.
Yeah, there was use on the Phobos for a while, but this looks like that Phobos is breaking away now. That Hyperion is stabilized.
Yeah.
So that Hyperion is stabilized, and maybe... Oh, he just disappeared. The Hyperion just boundary violated. Hyperion just boundary violated.
All right, so things like these happen. We should just be supportive at times like this, because they're really tough.
It looks like the Execura on the Team Tranquility team baited that Hyperion into going over the edge.
He is way out. Yeah, he is way out. So potentially good piloting, or potentially he just had that moment of like, oh my god, the edge of the boundary sooner.
That was a moment of genius from the Team Tranquility.
I would say, I would say that was probably a very active decision and some really high-level tournament-style piloting. That was really impressive if he did set that up. But either way, they're still in a really comfortable spot. All those pilots have piloted smartly. They're not getting into new range of that Hyperion and risking getting caught. And just as I say that, Eshnala and the Heretic took a big chunk of shield damage. I don't know from what. Are there drones near him? Or
it looks like it's from the Caracal.
Okay, so the Caracal is, so he is going on the offensive, and if he's not careful, and he does get tackled by this Phobos, by the Astarte, it could be pretty grim. So this Eshnala is pulling back, which is really nice, and he's pretty comfortable at this point. I'm surprised that Caracal can even apply. They have no damps on him now, but they do have him painted, and he is taking pretty substantial shield damage.
Yeah, that Caracal's taking quite a lot of damage as well. It's important to note, no logistics on the Team Serenity side at the moment, so he won't receive any kind of reps. Once he's out of shield, he will drop into armor and structure very quickly, and he will disappear. Eshnala is taking armor damage now, though.
However, they do have a logistics hull. They've got this Executor to rep him back up. Should be pretty comfortable. Really nice resist profile on the Heretic right out of the gate. So
Caracal took huge armor chunks there on the structure, and he's down.
And here he goes. Here he goes. That's number 4 down. Yeah. All right, so a really impressive showing. Stranger things have happened than this Hyperion taking this match by himself, but I see it as probably being unlikely. Really, really well piloted, patiently piloted by the TQ team. They stayed in damage range the entire time. They didn't drift too far out. Those Heretics did some awesome work to clear out the frigates early. They kept the rest of the comp safe. They did exactly what they expected to do going into that, and that was beautiful. And
yeah, essentially, I think this is probably decided before the comps hit the field here.
Yeah, absolutely. I just wonder. I wonder where Serenity finds the strength in the Hyperion. Obviously, the tank is great. The active tanking bonus is massive, but it doesn't matter if you can tank. You also have to apply damage. And this second Hyperion is going down even faster.
Yeah, he's not even repping it anymore. Well, big, as I say, that big chunk.
Yeah,
of
and so he will get chunked through, I think. But again, it's a strange comp. It's probably not one I expect them to field again in the next match.
But it's important to note, once this Hyperion dies, or time is called, Team Tranquility will win Worlds Collide.
Oh, that's right. Important fact. So, it's been a long few days in Reykjavik. All right, so here he goes. Last one, that's it.
That wins.
Well done.
Yachts for everyone.
Fantastic. All right, awesome.
Passing over to this.